Hello everyone, Snow here, and today we are talking about honey trees, how to farm them, what can we get from them, and I will share also my honey tree route if you want to farm as well. So, for starts, how can we interact with honey trees? Honey trees are this yellow tree that are behind me. They are scattered all over Sinnoh and can be interact with honey. Uh, for starts, this tree behind me is stationary. It means that it has no encounter for now. I already apply honey on them, so in an hour, that is the time it needs to be with honey, it will have an encounter for me. For starts, you can apply honey one time, two times, or three times, and this will change how the encounters will appear. If you put one time honey, it will have one single encounter. If you put two times honey, it will have a double battle. And if you put three times honey, you will have a chance for a double battle or a three-time hoarder. For encounters in honey trees, we can commonly find combies as well as wormples. These are the common Pokemons that we will find. We also can find uncommon Pokemons like Amipom or Burmy, as well as Cherubi. For rare Pokemons, we can find Silcoon and Cascoon, and for very rare encounters in honey trees, we can find Heracross and Munchlax. So, how do you know that a honey tree have an encounter? Well, it will be shaking like this one here. So this honey tree has an encounter because it's shaking. I already put honey on them and I wait 1 hour. So now I can get my encounter. You just interact with them like normal and it will have your encounter. For example, here I got a double battle. I put three times honey, so it has a chance for a double battle or three times order. And this is how you interact with them and what you can find on honey trees. Okay, so honey. How can we get honey? Well, you have three ways to get honey in the game. The first way to get honey is to buy honey. You can buy honey from GTL. That is most likely 750, more like. Or you can buy honey from an NPC. You just need to go to Floroma Town, and from Floroma Town you go up to Floroma Madam and you talk with this NPC here. This NPC sells honey for 750. This is why it's so cheap on the GTL, because you can just come here and buy honey directly from him. For the entire route that I will show later, you need 60 honey, exactly 60. If you want to apply three times honey on all of the trees, we will show 20 honey trees, but there is one extra honey tree that most people don't add them to the route because it's kind of hard to get to that tree and it just takes too long. Okay, the second way to get honey is to use a Friskmon with a Pokemon with the ability Frisk to check for items, and with the attack Thief or Covet if you want. This can be used to check if a Pokemon has some item, and you can get that item from the Pokemon. The Pokemons that have honey and can hold honey are combis. Combis can hold honey, and the other Pokemon that also can held honey is Surskit. Surskit also can have honey. So those two Pokemons can be used to farm honey naturally with Frisk and Thief. And the last way to get honey is by using Honey Gather ability. Honey Gather ability is an ability that Teddiursa can have. It is hidden ability and can, like Pickup, can gather honey over time by defeating wild Pokemons. There is other Pokemon that have this ability. That is Combi. Combi also have Honey Gather ability and can also be used for this. Both of them have some AoE moves and some single target moves that can be used to single encounter farm honey or order encounter and farm money. Um, the chance to get honey from this is more likely to be 10% from community tests that have been done. So it's not that bad, but it's way easy to just buy the honey that you need from the NPC. Before I show my honey tree route, I will show what do I do for preparing for it and what do you need to complete the route. So I normally use a Frisk Pokemon with Tiff at the lead of the party, so I can farm some honey back from the combis that I will find on the honey trees. This also good because Munchlax can have leftovers that are kinda good for some money back, and Charubis can have miracle seeds as well. They are not as good as leftovers, but it's also some Pokemon back. I always go with a Catchinmon in the second spot, so I can just if it happens to find a shiny or in double battles, my Breloom has Mach Punch, so it's easier to clear the rest of the mons if some of them have items. I also like to have with me a Pokemon with Dump, just because in one part of the road I might get a Geodude encounter that can explode, and if it happens to be a shiny, I will always bring one Dump Pokemon so I can prevent a shiny to kill itself. Um, and that's it with Pokemons. Besides the Pokemons from items, you need to have honey. You need 60 honey with you for the whole route. And I recommend to have some repels as well. Um, it just makes the route more easy to do. In terms of HMs for the whole route, you will need cut, you will need surf, flying, and defog. Defog is optional because one of the honey trees is in the middle of the fog, but you can get to it easily without defog, but you also have a chance to miss some your moves in battle. So fog is just optional if you want to use it to have a easier battle, or if you don't want to waste time using defog, it's fine as well. Okay, so these are the ones. You can just have a Pokemon that can learn all of these, like Dragonite, or have Ocarinas. I have the Ocarinas, so I don't have any mon with these HMs with me. Okay, so to start my route, I usually start my route on Floroma Town. This is just because the NPC that sells honey is here, so I can just check if I have enough honey to make the route, and if I don't, I just buy more honey. So after this, my first honey tree, it's actually beside the NPC that sells the honey. It's just right from here near this house. After this one, I just go back to Floroma Town and go right from Floroma Town. The second honey tree is just all the way to the right here, the one where I show the jiggle of the tree that has an encounter. After this one, I will go left and up and check this one. This is the third one. After this, I will go to the river. I normally use a repel here and just follow the river all the way until you find your next honey tree, this one. So after this one, I just go up all around here, and instead of going to the forest, I just go to this path on the right, use some the cut, and this is where another honey tree is. After this one, you can continue right. I don't need more repel. All the way up, cut, and now I'll go all the way right again. Before I go to the city, there is another one here, so I will just get this one as well. After this one, I will use fly and go to Celestic Town. Here I will go left and just right outside the town you have another honey tree here. After this one, I will go all the way left here to Canalave City, and from Canalave City I will go down and right after you exit the tunnel you have another tree here. After this one I will go to Orberg City. Here we have two more trees. If we just go up from the city, you can climb this wall and have another tree here. If you want, you also can go more up, use cut here and have another tree here. This is the path that you can find Geodude. So this is the path why I need a dump Pokemon. So let's see if I don't. Okay, this is another tree here. After this one, I will go to Hearthome City. Here, this is a big city, so just go down to outside the city. I will normally start by going left. This city has a lot of trees around it, so I will just go left, and you have one tree here, right besides the exit from the left. After this one, I will go back and go down. Here's another tree right outside the exit from the city. I will go back, and now I will go to the right side exit of the city. Here I will just bypass all of this, always go right, and here you have another tree right below Solesian Town. Okay, after this one I will go up, and I will just go up here. If you go all the way up, you will find another tree here, right up Solesian Town, and after this one you have another one to the right here. After this one I normally go back and go up. This is another optional tree because you have all this grass so that you cannot go around or something like that. You can use repel here as well, but it's not It's not really needed, it's just this grass, and now you go up and you have another tree here. This is the one that is on the fog, like you see here. So this one, if you want, you can use the fog to to clean the fog around it to be easier to make the battle. I normally don't use the fog because it's just wasting more time. After this one, I just go to Sunshore City, and from here I just go left from the Poke Center. Go left, exit the town, and right after exit the town, go up, and there is another honey tree here. After this one, I will go to Pastori City, and from Pastori City, I will go down and left to the swamp area. On the swamp area, if you go a little bit up, you will have another honey tree here. After this one, I will go back to Pastoria City and instead go to the right side of Pastoria City. Exit the city. This is another place where you can find some Pokemons and some Geodudes. I just use Rock Smash here. And there is another honey tree here. I forgot to mention the Rock Smash on the HM's moves, but it's another that is optional. This one is kind of out of the way, and the next one is also out of the way, but they are more honey trees. So okay, after this one I will go to the right, and after this go up all the way up. This one is, you can also come from other sides, but okay, so here is another tree that you can find. You can also come from Veilstone City. It's it's fine either way. From Veilstone City, you just go down, and you need to navigate all the labyrinth that is down here, and avoid the trainees if you don't battle them yet. But it's just more bumping into stuff, and you can get to this tree as well. Okay, this is the end of my route, but you also have another tree, one last tree that you can get from Sandgem Town. From the Poke Center, you just go down and to the water. I will use one repel here. Probably need to use two, but you just go down and here you go left. Need to go all across the water, and here you will get another honey tree. This is the most out of the way tree of them all, and most people just skip it because it's really far away from all the rest. But yeah, that's it. This is my route. I hope this is helpful for you if you want to shiny hunt some of the Pokemons that are on the honey trees, or just try to farm some leftovers and miracle seeds. Hope you have a nice day, and well, I hope this was helpful, and if you learn anything, just I appreciate if you subscribe and comment if you have any question as well. So see you next time.